Hey guys, it's Jeremy here at Metal Music Meltdown, back with another video. What we got for today, guys, is another album review. This time we'll be checking out an underground band based out of Guatemala City, Guatemala, Central America. A subscriber slash viewer of mine, Ruben, reached out to me to check out his project he's been working on. He said, Jeremy, I've got this album, debut kind of death thrash album coming out October the 11th. And I really wanted to check it out, give me your thoughts. So he sent it over to me. And I told him I'd review it for him on the channel as long as he was okay with me being, of course, 100% honest and giving my honest thoughts on the album. So he sent it over to me. I checked it out. Really enjoyed the first couple listens. Really good stuff. And I'm always down to listen to new bands and give them exposure on the channel. And if you like what you hear, if you want to give the review, I'll link his Bandcamp down below to go check it out. And if you like what you hear, please pre-order the album from Ruben. Like I said, it drops on next week on the 11th of October. We wanted to put this review out so you guys can kind of get a feel for his music. And if you like what you hear, head over to his Bandcamp and give it a listen. He does have a listening party, I believe, happening on the 9th, I saw. It's at 11 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So definitely check that out as well to listen to the album. And let's jump right in, guys. So again, the band's called Entropian. The album is called Aquavox Requiem. It's pretty much a one-man project. It's pretty much Ruben, who does vocals, guitar, and bass. And then he has a session drummer that came in to do the drums for him. So his name's Ruben Ordonez, and his drummer he brought in was Nicole Trinchero. If I'm mispronouncing that, I do apologize. It's got 8 tracks in total. I'm not sure of the exact album length. I think it's about like 30 something minutes. Most of the songs are in the 3 to 4 minute range. Some are even just under 3 minutes. It's a pretty compact album. Let's start with the album cover. Really cool album artwork. Love the font on the album, on the band name. Really cool imaging with like kind of a cloudy looking red and blue two-tone with the skull kind of image coming through the middle. Very cool looking. If I had to put a genre on them, they're primarily thrash, but they're death thrash. The vocals are more the deeper guttural style vocals like death metal. And really good stuff. I was pleasantly surprised how well I really liked it. Like I said, 8 tracks in total. The opening track, Beyond Lies, really good tune. Let me bring up my notes here. Opened with kind of this really kind of doomy, eerie kind of riff, which I really enjoyed. And then had a really nice kind of growl to open it up to kind of really get you into that high intensity mood, get your fist in the air. And then it went right into this really chuggy kind of thrashy riff. A lot of really nice transitions between different style of riffs, but he does it really seamlessly. I think the most impressive thing with this album was the riffs. He really knows how to write a catchy, thrashy, heavy riff. They're all over this album, nice transitions, and the guitar work is really, really good. Great bass playing as well. The drums are really punchy and nice in the mix. And but the riffs for sure were the standout for me. Just really, really good mix of riffs, like kind of doomy riffs, some really good thrashy riffs, some nice melodic leads overlapping. Just some really good riffs throughout this whole album. Getting into the vocals, he did mention on his Bandcamp that he's like a beginner when it comes to like the scream, death, like, deeper growling kind of screaming vocals. And it does kind of come across that way at times. He does sound pretty good, like considering he's new to that style. It's definitely way better than anything I could ever accomplish. It does sound pretty good for the most part, but there is times where it sounds a little iffy and his voice sounds a little strained, or it sounds kind of one-noted through the whole album. It kind of always sounds the same throughout the whole thing. He does try to change it up in a few spots. His one song, the second song, Burning My Blood, where he tries to do this kind of like breathy spoken word kind of part. Kind of change up the vocal, which I appreciated. It kind of sounded like Jonathan Davies from Korn in a way. It had that kind of vibe, kind of a cool little twist. But overall, the vocals, I think, were the weaker part of the album. I think once he fine-tunes it and kind of gets more experience in that style of vocal, it'll be a lot better. He'll find his groove and his full tone and kind of have more experience in doing it and be able to, have more range in it and just experiment with a little bit more. But the vocals did sound really good. I'm not trying to take too much away from that. I just found that they kind of be one-noted throughout the whole thing. They kind of sounded very similar. And his voice sounded like a little bit like he was straining it apart, or he lost breath control, or it was just a little off in some parts. But overall, pretty good vocals, really good. The second song, which was Burning My Blood, had a really cool and high intensity to it. More great guitar riffs layering over top of each other. Nice contrast between like a really intense riff with this really nice melodic lead over top of it. Really enjoyed that song a lot, the standard for sure. The breathy kind of spoken word part, it was okay for me. It's not really my thing, but I appreciated the fact that he tried to change up the vocal and add a little bit more dimension to it. Pretty cool stuff. I do believe he has a video for that song on YouTube, so definitely go over and check that out. Really good stuff. The third song, Aquavox, had a really cool bass intro, really enjoyed. And then it went into this kind of mid-paced banger, pure headbanging riff, nice layering of guitars again. I love how he does the transition between the different guitar riffs so seamlessly. And it doesn't sound jaded in any way. It's very smooth transitions, really good stuff. Number 4 was an instrumental called Elephant Snake. High intensity, nice breakdown part in the middle, went really melodic, really loved it. Nice change in tempo. Nice tasty solo on this song too. The tone on the solo is a little bit pitchy for me, a little high on the high end, but a really nice choice of notes and rhythm. But love the overall contrast between the intensity at the beginning and the melodic part in the middle of the instrumental. Really cool stuff. Pretty short song, is about 3 minutes, so kind of hits you hard and comes back out right away. The next song here, number 5, Echoes of Reflection. Pure headbanging opener, just crazy good riff at the beginning. Nice and thrashy. Near the end of the song, it does kind of a 180 and slows really right down into this very melodic passage. I kind of took me for a surprise at first listen, but I really enjoyed the outro to that song. It kind of was super intense most of the song, and then the last minute kind of really is this melodic kind of outro that kind of, unwinds the song and brings it to a close. Really cool contrast there. Definitely a standard track for me. And then the next song, number 6, is Duty's Undertow. Another headbanging thrashy riff, short song that hits hard. Most of the songs in this album are between like 2 minutes and 45 seconds, just under 3 minutes, and then up to like 4.5 minutes. Most of the songs are pretty compact and concise, which I think is ideal for a thrash death album. Songs kind of, when they're too long, they kind of overstay their welcome, and I like songs that kind of hit hard and just get out. So I did like that a lot about this album as well. But yeah, number 6 was a pure headbanger. Loved the riffs in it again. Had my head banging right away. Really good stuff. Number 7 was another instrumental called Inferno Dust. Let me see what I put here. A really nice melodic opening into this really thrashy galloping riff. It was kind of a mix between like a Metallica riff and like almost like an Iron Maiden riff, like really gallopy kind of feel to it. The bass was more forward in the song, which I could really hear in the mix. It was really cool. And like I said, another instrumental, really cool. It sounds really good. It was about 3.5 minutes, I believe. And just a really cool song. Just really catchy, fun to listen to. Really good stuff. And the last song was called Call to Strive. Little drum intro was really cool on this one. Song had a really nice kind of groove to it and a swing. Kind of a nice it was in like this kind of groove pocket, which I really liked. I didn't quite hear that on other songs quite as much, and it really stood out to me on this. Had a really nice catchy groove to it. That kind of had me body swinging like that. And yeah, really good tune to finish off the album. Definitely pros of the album. Guitar work is insane. I'd say the guitar work is top tier. It's like a 9 or 10 out of 10 in terms of riffs. Definitely the standout on this album. Really elevated the music. And his composition is really, really strong. He knows how to write a song. He knows how to write a catchy riff and kind of transition between a heavier and higher intensity riff with more melodic leads over top. and the layering and composition, top tier for sure. I really enjoyed it. I was really surprised how good the craftsmanship on the songwriting was. It's really top notch. The drums were really good. Production was really good. The guitar sounded heavy and in your face. Nice crisp production. Nice and the mix was really good. You could hear all the instrumentation really well. The drums were nice and punchy and heavy. Really liked that as well. The only downfalls for me, the vocals are good, but they need a little work. I think once he gets more experience doing that style of vocal and more practice or whatever you want to call it, I think he'll fine tune that, and it won't be it's not really an issue now, but I think he'll find his groove and kind of settle into that style of vocal and just improve over time. But overall, really pretty good vocals, pretty strong, especially being newer to that style. But overall, really strong album, great production, great, incredible guitar riffs, great the punchy drums, great songwriting. I'm not big on lyrics. I'm not a big lyric guy, but it did have a lot of good lyrical material in this about inner struggle and overcoming fears and, just staying positive and finding hope in different places. Really strong lyrics. You can tell the guy's very passionate about what he does. He definitely puts all into his music, and I think the composition really speaks for that. And it's just a really, really strong debut album. If I had to give it a ranking out of 10, the more I listened to it, the more I enjoyed it, to be honest with you. The vocals, like I said, were the only kind of thing that brought it down a little bit for me. But I'd give it a solid, I was going to get a 7.75, but I think I'm going to bump it to 8 just because the composition and guitar work is so impressive for such a debut album. So I'm going to get an 8 out of 10. So definitely go over to his Bandcamp, guys, please, and check Ruben's project out. Go to his listening party on the 9th and definitely give it a listen. He's got one song on there you can listen to right now. Burning My Blood is you can stream on his Bandcamp. But definitely go to the listening party to hear the whole album. And if you like what you hear on the single on the Bandcamp, definitely pre-order it from Ruben and get a copy digitally. You won't be disappointed, guys. Really strong thrash album. I'm hoping he does make it available on hard copy, CD. That'd be great. I'm not sure if he plans to in the future, but I'll definitely pick up a copy if he does. It's definitely worth a purchase, guys, for sure. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll link Ruben's Bandcamp page down below. Please check it out. Really cool guy, passionate about what he does, and really good debut material coming out again on this next week, October the 11th. Check it out, guys. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I got the album review for the new Bewitcher coming up. I know it's a week late, but I really wanted to review that album as well. So thanks for watching, guys, and keep it metal.